Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Campbell Field for the 52nd Annual Commencement for the Class of 2023. Please welcome our Director of Commencement, Jeff Diebner.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 52nd Annual Commencement Exercises at Campbell Field. If you are able, please rise, and gentlemen, remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem, and please remain standing for our flag salute. It is my pleasure to welcome to the podium the Student Government Co-Presidents Leah Harris and Miriam Perez Paulino. Leah is the daughter of Renata and LaShawn Harris. She is a 4-year member of the volleyball team and a 3-year member of the cheer team and served as the captain for both. She also spent considerable time on the prom committee and Students Against Destructive Decisions and was voted this year's homecoming queen. Upon graduation, she plans to put her cosmetology license to use and train to earn her surgical tech certification in the fall. Miriam is the daughter of Julieta Paulino and Vicente Perez of Munhall. In her 4 years here, she has been involved in the National Honor Society, cross country, where she served as co-captain, student council, where she served as co-president, and has numerous years with varsity cheer, the French club, Students Against Destructive Decisions, and the prom committee. Miriam will be attending the University of Pittsburgh, where she will pursue a degree in biochemistry for pre-med. Leah and Miriam, please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. Welcome, school board members, administration, faculty, our guest speaker, Dr. Jean Vettel, Mayor Rob False of Munhall, and Mayor John Burwell of Homestead. It is an honor to be here with you all, and I appreciate the opportunity given to the class of 2023 to come together one last time. Delivering this year's welcome address is an accomplished student scholar, leader, and athlete. Miss Chelsea Bulger, daughter of James and Chrissy Bulger of West Homestead, is graduating class salutatorian with a 4.44 GPA. For the past 4 years, Chelsea has been involved with student government, the French club, the soccer team, where she was also the captain, Students Against Destructive Decisions, where she served as president, and has served as a secretary for the senior class. She was also a member of the National Honor Society, where she served as president, and has been a true athlete representing Still Valley in cross country, softball, and the swim team. Chelsea will be playing soccer and attending Clarion University of Pennsylvania, where she will be majoring in biology for a pre-medical degree. It is an honor to call to the podium this year's salutatorian, Miss Chelsea Bulger.
Good evening. On behalf of the graduating class, welcome to this very special occasion. Every student within the class of 2023 should be proud of how far they've come. Each one of you has accomplished something very special on your academic journey. Your hard work paid off. I want to personally thank my parents, teachers, classmates, and friends for the endless support provided to me. And to all of my peers, congratulations, you survived high school. Even though it felt long and boring at times, you overcame every obstacle you faced, persevering through your own difficulties, even if you dealt with them alone. Give yourself an immense amount of credit. Remember to keep pushing yourself to achieve what you want in life. To all of the teachers who have put up with us over the years, you guys all deserve a medal for dealing with our ridiculous excuses, our tendency to fall asleep in class, or even when some of us were too loud in the morning. I will never forget Miss Madigan treating us as our own children, Miss Logan's encouragement, or Deebs' planetarium lessons. From Mr. Colorito's sarcasm to Gogs trying to convince me to give him some of my food in the morning, thank you guys for everything you've done. Another thing I will miss is our school's popcorn chicken with mashed potatoes and gravy. It always tasted pretty good at 10:30 in the morning. Honorable mention to the quesadillas. I also want to thank Roy, our school's custodian, for helping me make my instant ramen at lunch. Always remember to work hard and put yourself first. However, life is unpredictable, and sometimes things don't go as planned. So don't take everything too seriously. Congratulations to each and every one of you for your achievements, and I wish you all the best for the future.
This year's valedictorian is Brenna Kern, and she is here this evening to deliver the senior address. Brenna is the daughter of Paul and Kara Kern of Munhall. She is an academic leader with a GPA of 4.467. Brenna has spent the past 4 years very involved in her school community and has held many leadership positions. She has been in cheer, where she was the captain, Students Against Destructive Decisions, where she was the president, National Honor Society, where she was the vice president, Student Council, where she was the secretary, and even held the treasurer position for the senior class. She was also involved in volleyball, the French club, history club, drama club, and choir, where she was the student representative. Brenna will be leaving Still Valley to pursue a double major in accounting and business analytics at St. Francis University and continue to inspire and amaze others with her astonishing acting skills with a minor in theater. Miss Brenna Kern.
Good evening, everyone. The day that we have been anticipating for years is finally here. It's truly an honor to be standing here today in front of my peers, teachers, administrators, family, and friends. Thank you all for the endless support. In case you don't know me, my name is Brenna Kern, and I've spent my life on the stage, whether it be dancing, singing, acting, and you may even know me as Ariel from this year's production of The Little Mermaid. But if I'm being honest, I was very nervous to do this speech, and it's not stage fright. Trust me, I've had my fair share of public speaking. It's just that I really wanted to make sure that I was giving a meaningful and memorable speech. I would like to say thank you on behalf of all of us to our lovely Steel Valley administration, school board, and teachers. Without all of you, we wouldn't be here. I want to give a few thank yous to the teachers who have made the biggest impact on me and made me question if I was good enough to rank first in the class. Mr. Goga, thank you for always lighting up our mornings with endless motivation and advice. I promise I will always do my best to be a beast. Mr. Colorito, for always ensuring we get our daily dose of sarcasm and constantly poking fun at us. Mr. Vickers, for teaching me math I didn't even know existed. Mr. Altman, for not only fueling my love for theater, but helping me figure out the world beyond the classroom. Mr. Riley for the life advice during period 2, day A, and Mrs. Madigan and Mrs. Logan for basically adopting us and showing us what it means to be a woman in STEM. From bed bugs, power outages, broken air conditioners, and a literal pandemic, the class of 2023 has all persevered together. We've all been through so much, yet so little. Only 1 out of our 4 high school years has been fully in person. What I love about our class is that we strive to make memories. Even though we were online, hybrid, and partially in-person learning, I think it's safe to say that we've made the most of our high school years together. We got to feel like kids again at the trampoline park. When the snow tubing trip was canceled because we have the most confusing weather, we made the most of it and had a great time axe throwing and solving the escape rooms. We got to chase Mr. Goga around the Science Center and look at the stars together. We got to have the night of our lives and spend our last school dance at prom. We walked out of the school crying, smiling, and eager for what was to come. All of these things we did together. I know it's scary that we're departing, and sadly, this is our last night all together, but we will live in each other's memories forever. Before we leave the place in which we grew, I want to share some advice not only for my classmates, but for everyone. No matter how hard life gets, keep going. Through the rain, storms, and hardships, continue to flourish. You won't gain anything in life if you believe you won't. Don't give up. I promise if you put your heart and soul into your future career, yourself, or life in general, you will do amazing things. Don't get trapped in the past. Instead, learn and grow from your mistakes. Preparation and positivity will lead to success. And don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. You are so loved, and someone will always be there to guide you mentally, just give you simple guidance, or through a big problem. And finally, always spread kindness. You never know how one little word or small action could possibly change someone's life for the better. When I was informed that I would be speaking at graduation as valedictorian, my first thought was simple. I didn't want to sound like the past speakers. I'm realizing now that that's impossible. And I just have to say this. Time really does fly. It feels like only yesterday we were walking into the high school as freshmen, hearing Mrs. Madigan quote that we have 720 days of high school and to make the best of them. Now, our high school career together is ending, but our lives are beginning. The future that we have all been working so hard towards is now the present. Congratulations, class of 2023. Let's show the world what we can do. To quote Mr. Goga and myself, let's frickin' go!
Every year, the Steele Center Vocational School selects an Outstanding Student of the Year. This year, there were 2 chosen that earned this honor, Connor Brady and Jasmine Harris. Connor is the son of Dean and Jen Brady of West Homestead and completed his training in the Veterinary Assistant Program. He has been an active member in both the National Honor Society and the National Technical Honor Society and competed in Skills USA competitions for the past 2 years. He has represented Still Valley well the past 4 years on our baseball team and will be moving on to Westminster College, where he will pursue a degree in veterinary science. Jasmine Harris is the daughter of Carla Harris of Homestead and also completed her training in the Veterinary Assistant Program. She was inducted into the National Technical Honor Society and served as their vice president. She has been an active member of Still Valley's marching band the past 4 years and plans to move on to Penn State University, where she will pursue a degree in biomedical and veterinary science. Mr. Connor Brady and Miss Jasmine Harris.
Hello. For those that may not know me, my name is Connor Brady. I've been awarded Senior of the Year and Top of the Shop and National Technical Honor Society within my program at Steele Center. Top of the Shop is given twice a year. each semester. Senior of the Year is given only to one senior per program at the end of the year. My program while at Steele Center was veterinary assisting. The things I enjoyed and liked doing was learn about the anatomy and physiology of animals and learn about various diseases that might affect them. And getting to take care of student and staff pets when they came in for daycare and having the opportunity to see unique animals such as tegus and lambs. I even got the opportunity to take care of my teacher's cat, who unfortunately became terminally ill with cancer, and got to do some unique stuff such as restraining for IV catheter and placement. The hardest part was remembering how everything comes together, or all the different drugs and how they affect the body. My favorite class at Steele Center, without any form of biasism, is definitely veterinary assistant. I loved my teacher, my assistant teacher, the program, and overall the entire experience I got the past 2 years. I would like to thank my parents, Miss Madigan, because if it wasn't for her, 3 years ago, I probably would never have figured out what I wanted to do as a career, unless it wasn't for her giving the suggestion to me to become a veterinarian or work with animals. So I would like to thank her for giving me that suggestion. I would also like to thank the Steel Valley teachers and staff and those at Steel Valley that cooperate with Steel Center to give us the opportunity to go there. However, in the end, to my 2023 classmates, I would like to wish everyone good luck with your plans after graduation, whether it be continuing education by going to college or trade school, or immediately going into the workforce or joining the military. I wish all of you good luck with what you choose to do, and hope to run into all of you again at some point in time down the road.
Okay. Good afternoon. So first, I would like to thank my family, friends, and the faculty for supporting me my whole high school journey. I would also like to give a special thanks to my VOTEC teacher, Mr. Revertuso, who couldn't be here today. He taught me everything that I need to know and helped me be more confident moving forward in my career. These have been the most eventful 4 years of my life so far, consisting of ups and downs that have shaped me to who I proudly am today. And we have all worked so hard to get to where we are and reach this big milestone. and this is a very bittersweet moment for all of us. However, we are all moving on to bigger achievements, and I wish you all the best with that. Thank you all for such a wonderful high school experience, class of 2023.
At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce the Superintendent of the Still Valley School District, Mr. Edward Weir. He has served in this position for more than a decade and continues to be an advocate for Ironmen everywhere. Mr. Edward Weir.
Good evening, and thank you for being here. This is such a great time. The superintendent gets to come and share a few recollections about what the class of 2023 has done for me and my memories. I want to start off with community service. We have 2 students that completed Eagle Scout projects while they were with us in high school. Nate Collins designed and implemented a dog park that was at Volunteer Fire Company number 1 in Munhall. And David Packer refurbished and rededicated the War Memorial on Longfellow Drive, also in Munhall. We certainly take pride in community service. We also take immense pride in service to our country. This year we have 3 students that are moving on to military service. Jennifer Nguyen is going in the Navy. TJ Dunleavy is going in the Air Force. And Crystal Fudafong is going in the Army. One particularly memorable thing with Crystal, she was a member of the girls soccer team back in the fall of 21 that won the WPIL championship. And I do think that probably championships are like children. You should never have a favorite. However, got to tell you that girls soccer championship was oh so special. So joining Crystal on that team that are sitting here this evening, Deanna Bird, Quinn Bomey, Chelsea Bulger, Mia Carr, and Kendall McConnell. Thank you for my favorite championship memory. I'd like to talk about Jennifer Nguyen. Certainly going into the Navy is something that's impressive. She's one of our highest honor students with distinction. She did go to Steele Center for health assistantship. I want to talk about a couple of other folks that were very successful at Steele Center. So Leah Estes Harris, as was mentioned, cosmetology and also homecoming queen. And then Jasmine Harris, veterinary assistant, and a really important member of the marching band. Leading that marching band was Rachel Zajac, drum major. Sort of a favorite memory of Rachel was probably not far from where I'm standing right now. She's leading the band during a halftime performance, McGuffey playoff game. Who was here for that McGuffey playoff game when occasionally it only rained, but most of the time it poured? So I remember Rachel doing that and thinking, God bless her. But during that same game, somehow, despite all the downpours, Cruz Brookins, 6 touchdowns, 343 yards rushing. One of the best performances ever here at Campbell Field. And Cruz always handled himself with humility and grace. And he led us to a WPIL 2A championship also. Have to say that despite Cruz's heroics, favorite touchdown of the year against York, Lamar Hemingway Fullard, favorite touchdown. best athletic performance wasn't on the football field or any other field. It was on the court. Mekhi Valentine dropping 63 points on Brentwood WPIL record single game. Mekhi led us to the section championship and then was named the state 3A Player of the Year. Congratulations, Mekhi. Sort of saving the best performance for last wasn't in any athletics. It was the Little Mermaid musical performance that we had this past spring. A couple of people that really stood out. Bree Francis was a diabolical Ursula. But what stands out in my memory is her effort to put together the Mayor's Youth Advisory Board. I believe both Mayors Burwell and False will attest to her community engagement. And as she goes to Clemson, we sure hope she comes back and stays involved in the Steel Valley area. Another person that did highlights with our musical, Randy Keller as Prince Eric. But I remember Randy during a debate in the CHS Communications and Rhetoric class. He was debating whether or not the U.S. should be giving aid to foreign countries or that they should be focused on making that money have greater impact at home. And he happened to be saying we shouldn't be giving the foreign aid. But as he was delivering his argument, he had the U.S. flag right behind him. And he talked about how the U.S. is so great and we got to make sure we take care of people at our home front. So him utilizing that symbolism, I have no doubt that Mr. Keller's going to be a politician someday for all of us, probably be a senator, if not a higher office than that. And then lastly, Brenna Kern. She was Ariel. She was dynamite. She's our valedictorian. And what can you say about somebody that manages to use bed bugs in their speech? So I just want to say to everybody in the class of 23, best of luck to you. We're all proud of you. Thank you so much for being here to support them. Thank you very much.
To introduce our commencement speaker, I invite Mr. Jim Bulger, President of the Board of School Directors, to the podium. Serving in his 6th year as president and 8th year as a school board member, Mr. Bulger enthusiastically represents our community by extending his services to the Allegheny Intermediate Unit Board of Directors. In his spare time, which I don't believe he has much of, he is an NCAA football official and coaches for the Steel Valley Soccer Club. Mr. Bulger, please accept our thanks for all that you do. Mr. Jim Bulger.
Good evening. On behalf of the Board of School Directors, congratulations to the class of 2023. Out of the 8 commencements I've been a part of, this one obviously is just a little more special than the rest. As a school board president, I have 2 main duties with the ceremony. I get to hand out the diplomas, and I get to introduce our commencement speaker. But before I do that, I always like to share just a little word of wisdom or advice to the graduates. Seeing that I've been fortunate to know over 75% of them personally, I'm going to give a little special extra advice that I learned from one of my mentors, retired NFL official Ed Camp. One time at a training seminar, someone asked Ed, what is his mark of success? How did he know he would be successful as an official? Ed said it was when he realized that people actually liked working with him. That stuck with me. Think about that for a second. He said when people actually liked working with him. He didn't mention Super Bowls. He didn't mention big paychecks. He said that when people actually liked working with him. So my advice to you, class of 2023, strive to be the type of person that people want to work with and people want to be around. It is my honor to introduce our honored speaker tonight. Dr. Jean Vettel was a student in the Steel Valley School District. She obtained a bachelor's degree from Carnegie Mellon and then held a lab position at Washington University in St. Louis. She earned her PhD in cognitive neuroscience from Brown University in 2009, where she was funded by a National Science Foundation Graduate Fellowship and a Department of Defense Smart Fellowship. She is currently serving as the Chief Scientist for Futures and Concepts Center at the Army's Future Command in Austin, Texas. She also holds an academic appointment at the University of California, Santa Barbara. Her work intertwines with technical expertise, with strategic thinking to advance our national security. In her current role as a trusted advisor to an Army 3-star general, she shapes strategic planning efforts, say that 3 times fast, designs collaborative events to tier technology investments, and synthesizes experimental results to inform capabilities needed for the joint and combined force to compete against peer adversaries. She is recognized nationally and internationally for her scientific impact on brain networks, underlying performance variability, demonstrated by 125+ journal publications and 35+ media interviews. She was competitively selected for 2 of National Academy of Engineering Frontiers of Engineering Symposia for outstanding engineers under 45. Her work seeks to increase the speed and breadth of an interconnected innovation ecosystem to thwart peer adversaries who threaten our national security. Ladies and gentlemen, class of 2023, please welcome Dr. Jean Vettel.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are you doing? Welcome to the ceremony tonight. The first thing I want to do is congratulate the class of 2023. I have been thinking about you for the last month, trying to decide what you may actually enjoy hearing, so I sure hope I don't tank it for you too. I'd also like to thank Superintendent Eddie Weir for the invitation, this honor to do this commencement speech. I don't know how many other people said no, but who's counting? I'd also like to say hello to Principal, I'm not used to this echo, sorry. I would like to also say hello to our principal, John Strom. We went to high school together. I have not seen him since '97. And last time I saw John, he was always with a soccer ball down the field. But now he's Principal Strom, and I'm sure Mrs. Coleman, our principal, would be very honored to see that you're following in her footsteps. Okay, back to you. So you all are the support team for these amazing rock stars. Are you excited to see them graduate today? So I've actually never been to a high school graduation before here, but my understanding is the way that the evening goes, the main event, is that the principal, Strom, calls the name of the student. They walk across to get a diploma. You all lose your minds. They walk off, and then they never go to high school again. Did I get that about right? So when I was looking at the program, I noticed that the only thing between now and the thing you came to see is my speech. A little awkward. But in any event, you all here have waited about maybe 18 years or so to see these rock stars graduate. In contrast, my parents, 2 of them right there, and 1 of them over there, they've actually waited 43 years to see me come to a high school graduation. Because what I did is after junior year, I just stopped coming. And instead I ended up at Carnegie Mellon. And by the time it was my actual high school graduation, I was a junior status at Carnegie Mellon, because apparently I was in a rush for something. And I thought it was odd to come back. So I thought, I don't know, seems like a great idea to come today. And now my parents have been waiting for 25 years to see if this would happen, which apparently is longer than you all have been alive, which was a very disturbing thing I figured out as preparation for this speech. In any event, so tonight, that's enough about me, let's talk about you. But in fact, we're not talking about you as a person, we're going to talk about the letters, Y, O, and U. Y is going to be for yo-yo, O is going to be for offense, and U is going to be for understanding. And we're going to have a little fun with semantic wordplay, because you will sometimes use you, and sometimes we'll mean my acronym. And so I thought it was only fitting in a Steel Valley speech to talk about semantic wordplay, because my love of that comes from Mr. Altman. Mr. Altman is the source of my favorite high school memory. I only have memory lane once. And all of you, did you all have Altman? Yes? So you know his slippers? Yes? So he was wearing those same slippers probably in 1995, when I was a freshman in Honors English 9. And I don't actually have any memory of what the point of the assignment was, but our group made a video. And in our video, it was about the ultimate slippers, spelled with an A, ultimates. And so we stole the slippers, and the person in the class of 1998 that looked most like Altman was Matt Bovey. Does anyone know Matt Bovey? No. Anyways, Matt Bovey did his little saunter in the video, and so the ultimate slippers is by far my favorite high school memory. And if I can find the video, it's going on YouTube. The other teacher that I'd like to give a shout out to real quick is Mrs. Besh. She was Miss Sutton to me. What was that? And just a couple weeks ago, actually, I was thinking about Miss Sutton, or Mrs. Besh, because I work for General, and we were at this event in Arizona, 12 different multinational countries there, and this French-Canadian general came over, and I think because my name looks like French, Jean Vettel, he started speaking to me in French, and I thought, Miss Sutton tried to prepare me for this, but alas, no. All right, so from that, let's go to our you, why. Why for a yo-yo? So I'm going to tell you stories for each of the letters, and these stories are largely an embarrassing story about myself, which is thought to take us on a little journey about how I think things about neuroscience, which is my love, I love brains, can inform us about things that might help for making your life be like you. Okay, so the story takes us to Maryland, 2009. I had just defended my PhD and was starting as a civilian scientist at the Army Research Laboratory. And I think I should just briefly share that I ended up at the Army for one reason, money. In grad school, I had funded for national science for 3 years, and I liked having my own money. So I applied for some funding, got Department of Defense sends, and then the fellowship required payback. So 2 years of funding, 2 years working. So anyways, I ended up at the Army, but it ended up being a fantastic thing because I was disenfranchised with the idea of doing science for the sake of science. And I really loved having science with a purpose. And so what we work on is designing technology to keep our soldiers safe. So with that, back to the story. So 2009, I ride my bike year-round at this time. And it's in the morning, it's cold, single digits kind of weather. And I got really livid with some driver of a four-door sedan, is all I remember. And I finally make it across 2 lanes of traffic. I get behind in the left turning lane, and I'm mad. And my emotional brain decides, I need to do something about this. So I unclip from my bike, I put my foot down, and then I decide to take my bike and I ram it into the back of this guy's car. Which, to be clear, I just picked a fight with a car on my bike. The driver seemed to pick up on this, and he instantly turned on his reverse lights, which, made my rational brain really livid with my emotional brain for doing such a thing. So I get scared and terrified. The point of this story is that I didn't die, is that the guy went away. He was very gracious. But I wanted to use a very physical example of this idea from neuroscience of having emotional responses and rational responses And I sort of found across life that trying to figure out the balance between when we're focused more on emotional and rational has a really good ability to better understand our reactions to things and how to be intentional about ourselves. So that's why. Why it's a yo-yo, this movement back and forth. Okay, so that brings us to O. O, offense. Now, my proposal here is that when you're in a high emotional response to something, that's the time where you really start understanding what identity really matters. And it's also how you can try to understand why you may have unintentionally offended someone else. So here's this story. It's 2014, 2015, back in Maryland. And I walk into the administrator's office to share that I'm going to a STEM event. So STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So goal is to encourage folks to come to STEM. So I tell the administrator assistant that I'm leaving, in case anyone looks for me, and she says, with a little disappointed look on her face, she says, Jean, no young female is going to want to be a scientist if you look like that. You look like a Quaker. What? So I first have some shock, like, I thought, I got you, girl. I'll speed it up. I'm tracking. So I hear you. So the goal here is just to say that thinking about what it is that you wear matters. Okay, but here's the point. Yesterday, I want to talk about, just for a second, Miss Harris. Hi, Miss Harris. So I went to get a haircut yesterday, and I met Miss Harris, who's actually the mother of Sean Harris. Where are you? You're not going to stand? Where's Sean? No? She's not going to stand for me? Sean, amazing. She is going to be going to welding and then to electrician school this summer. And then she has been rock star building staircases. So I just want to say congratulations on being a rock star for the trade school. And Ms. Harris, thanks so much for my great haircut. So my friends, yo-yo, offense, understanding, it's this musical blend of balance between rational and emotional selves that really makes life the way that it is. So with that, are you ready? Thanks so much, and congrats to the class of 2023.
Here to make a special presentation is a student representative to the school board, Brianne Francis. She has been extremely involved in our district and community. She has been a 4-year member of Students Against Destructive Decisions and was elected to the position of vice president and was named to their Pennsylvania Leadership Council and was also selected as the state conference chairman. She has been the liaison to the Munhall Council and established the Mayor's Youth Advisory Council for our 3 boroughs. She has been a 4-year member of student government, French club, marching band, color guard where she was the captain, and the choir where she was the social media specialist. Visiting us from under the sea, it is an honor to welcome Ursula herself to the podium, Miss Brianne Francis.
As the student representative to the school board, I am honored to present you with this special award. Dr. Jean Vettel, please accept this plaque to commemorate your commencement speech to the 2023 graduating class. A duplicate plaque will be placed in the Distinguished Alumni case in the lobby of the high school. We appreciate your dedication and support of the students of the Steel Valley School District.
Before we let Dr. Vettel sit down, we have a special presentation to make. It's a little bit of a surprise, so sorry. We all believe that Dr. Vettel deserves to finally be able to say she officially graduated from Still Valley, and we'd like to make that happen for her. At this time, I would like to call Mr. John Strom and Tony Besh up to assist us with this presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, 25 years later, we present the final diploma for the class of 1998, Jean Marie Vettel. Her diploma will be given by her father, Andrew Vettel, a 52-plus year employee of Still Valley as an IT consultant and former teacher in physics and computer science. Okay, before the presentation of the class of 2023, it is my honor to pause for just a moment and recognize the faculty of Still Valley High School. The men and women sitting behind me have dedicated countless hours to their students. They have served as educators, coaches, mentors, friends, and positive role models to the class of 2023. Teachers, your dedication and commitment do not go unappreciated or unnoticed. These young people we are honoring today have not only been recipients of our academic disciplines, but also of our love and our guidance. Teachers, please rise and accept the gratitude of the entire Still Valley community. I would also like to take a moment to recognize all of the parents, guardians, and grandparents in attendance tonight. You all should be very proud of this class and of their accomplishments. Your jobs have not been easy, and raising these students into the young men and women you see sitting in front of you this evening has required commitment, dedication, and sacrifice. Would the parents, guardians, and grandparents of the class of 2023 stand? And seniors, please give a round of applause to your biggest supporters and biggest fans. At this time, I would like to call Principal John Strom to the podium for the presentation of the class of 2023. Mr. Strom is a proud Still Valley alumni and has served as building leader for the past decade and is a good friend to all. Mr. John Strom.
Good evening. I'm not sure I'm supposed to follow a 25-year-old graduation and a brain scientist. But I'm going to do my best. So, seniors, tonight marks an end of a journey that began in grade school. Along the way, you have encountered many challenges, obstacles, successes, and triumphs. After this evening, each of you will begin a new journey in your lives. This journey will lead you away from what you have grown accustomed to through the years. Be confident in the fact that everyone in the audience tonight has and will continue to support you as you grow personally and professionally. Class of 2023, I'm excited to say you've finally done it. You've made it through some challenging school years and will be stronger because of it. Today, you have reached a crossroad in your life's journey. As you leave here tonight and go your separate ways, I would like to wish each of you good luck in everything you choose to pursue. I hope the friendships you've made throughout the years at Still Valley High School will not end this evening. I would like to congratulate each of you on this very important achievement. Be very proud of yourselves for reaching this moment. Strive to be the best version of you that you can be. Never waste any of your talents. Don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. Always keep a place in your heart for Still Valley High School. And no matter where life takes you, hold the memories you have gathered here in a special place and be proud to call Still Valley home. It has been my pleasure to support you along your journey. Oh, we're going to need to do better than that. This is the good time. At this time, having completed the graduation requirements as mandated by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, the Department of Education, and the Still Valley School District, I hereby present the Still Valley High School Class of 2023. At this time, I would like to call upon School Board President Jim Bulger and Assistant Superintendent Brian McCouga to join me in the presentation of diplomas.
To begin our first reading of the graduates, please welcome Ms. Jody Gaio to the podium.
Abdul Malik Ahmed Chakov. Savannah Denise Oberzinski. Taryn Beatty. Luke Andrew Billa. Deanna Pearl Bird. Kayla Marie Bish. Madison Marie Blasco. Her diploma will be given by her mother, Michelle Blasco, Park Elementary teacher. Indica Rose Blystone Gijic. Quinn Jean Louise Bomey. Her diploma will be given by her father, Daniel Bomey, School Resource Officer. Connor William Brady. Cruz Malik Brookins. Dara Lucille Brown. Marcus E. Brown, Jr. Chelsea Ann Bulger. Her diploma will be presented to her by her father, Jim Bulger, school board president. Amelia Madeline Carr. Lawson N. Carter. Michael Anthony Casson. Nathan T. Collins. Pharaoh Conway. Audrey Joyce Craycroft. Gregory Lamont Davis Jr. Roman Anthony Donis. Thomas W. Dunleavy. Haley Nicole Eads. Leah Mayana Harris. Brooke Ann Farah. Julie Marie Farrand. Owen Furco. Ryan Fisher. Patrick J. Fox. Nyron Foy. Brianne Elizabeth Francis. Patrick Sean Leonardo Gardini. Jaylani Garland. Makai J. Glover. J.L. Hancock.
Sean Harris. Jasmine Anaya Harris. Rondé A. Harris. Lamar I. Hemingway Fuller. Keita Blessing Jean Hemphill. Angel J. Herrera. Oh, man. Jason M. Hauser. Nolan Riley Hurd. Evan Allen Havasta. Teray Danielle Jones. Amy Elizabeth Keeley. I'm so close to saying it, but I'm not. Of course. Randy Allen Keller, Jr. Brenna Lee Kern. Avante M. Kirby. Christopher Kovaleski. Joseph Wayne LeBrier. Isaac Jonathan Leonard. Paul Livesey. Derek Alexander Mackey. All right, Amaya Turner. Ariel Ashlyn Mariani. I really want to say it, I'm not. Gabrielle Allie Matuski. Kendall Elizabeth McConnell. Her diploma will be given by her father, Ryan McConnell, Steel Valley assistant softball coach. You don't want to? Sure, why not? Sanaya Nishay Mayfield. Cody Dylan Montgomery. Savion Isaiah Moon. Davian Taylor Nguyen. Jennifer Twee Nguyen. I'm going to do it. You spelled it for me. All right. Tan Dwee Nguyen.
Go, coward.
Tan, you need your diploma. And your capsule. I figured I would put my... Hold on, Elijah. See what you did?
That's hot now. It's hot.
Ready? Elijah Keith Owens. David Packer. His diploma will be given by his father, Donald Packer, high school custodian. Shalon Latrice Parker. Faith Ann Paulus. Elijah Payne Morris. Miriam Perez Paulino. Crystal M. Fudafong.
Philip Lee Pick Jr. Tyler J. Palefko. Jason C. Ponawas. Richard Reed IV. Rashid Jamar Robinson. Latrell A. Rogers. Sharissa Mariah Smith. Gregory Smith Jr. Brendan Scott Snyder. His diploma will be given by his cousin, Austin Rowley, high school special education teacher. Gus E. Spiker. Paul William Townsend. Mason Wright. His diploma will be given by his mother, Susan Wright, high school art teacher. Michael Anthony Twigg. Makai Valentine. Brian R. Vassetti Jr. His diploma will be given by his cousin, Kevin Tomasic, elementary cyber coordinator. Anthony J. Vickers. Luke Aaron Vinay. His diploma will be given by his mother, Jennifer Vinay, SV yearbook advisor. Jasmine Alexandria Wargo. Carl Jeray Watson. Jasmine C. Wise. Jashawn L. Wright. Corey D. Travis. Rachel Zijek. Eugene W. Zertea.
Gabrielle Matuski is this year's senior class president. In addition to her academic accolades, putting her in the top 10 of our graduating seniors, Gabby has been involved in many clubs and organizations, both in and out of school. She has been a 4-year member of the concert choir, where she served as president, the French Club, and Students Against Destructive Decisions. She has also been involved in student government and the History Club, where she served as president. Gabrielle will truly be missed by all of us that know her and have benefited from her being part of our academic institution. Gabby, before you leave us for Colorado, please approach the podium one last time to address your classmates.
If no one has told you yet, I am proud of you. To everyone who was told that they wouldn't make it this far, I am proud of you. To every student athlete that did it all, I am proud of you. To everyone in their family who's their first to go to college, I am proud of you. We weathered the storm. No, we did more than that. We conquered. When we were supposed to be figuring out who we were, when we were supposed to be the little fish in the big pond, we were on Zoom. And yet, we bounced back. We did not skip a single beat. It is nothing less than a privilege to be able to say that I was at Highmark Stadium when the girls' soccer team made history and won Whippeals. It is nothing less than a privilege to be able to say that I was at Acrisure Stadium when the football team showed Beaver Falls exactly who we are. Iron Men do not quit. The Steel Valley graduating class of 2023 does not quit. And I want to say thank you to Mr. Vickers, who was the first person to really get it through to me that yes, I can do math, I'm just lazy. And to Mrs. Madigan, who made me keep going no matter how many times I said I couldn't do it. Thank you to Mr. Goga, who bragged about my every accomplishment like it was his own. Thank you to Mr. Diebner. You are my biggest fan, and I can never, ever get across how much I needed that. You never let me falter. To Mrs. Clark, I know I'm not alone when I say your impact is felt immensely. You planted the seed. I am honored to have grown from it. And to our parents and our grandparents, to my mom and grandparents, in a very literal way, I would not be here without you, but in a whole other sense, I would not be here without you. I would not be standing at this podium speaking to you all. I would not even have a chair in this field. Because if it were up to me, I would have been done with school in 2nd grade. And again in 6th, and again in 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. But you made me get up every morning and get dressed, and you made me walk out of the door in triumph. And it didn't always go my way, but I persevered. I thought I would have been the first Steel Valley class president to serve a 2nd term, but here I am with my diploma. And to you guys, it would be nothing less than an injustice to not give credit where credit is due. My classmates, my friends, you made Steel Valley what it was, what it is. It's corny and overplayed, but we will never be here again. We will never be high schoolers. We will never have another homeroom or play in another Whippeal game. We're never going to need another hall pass, and in mine and Kendall's case, we will never need to explain to Mr. Condosa why we don't have a hall pass. I'll never give Mr. Colorado another high five leaving 3rd period. This isn't the end. It feels like the end, but it's not. We aren't done, we are just starting. It's our time. Go out there and make mistakes, then make them again just to be sure. You have the time. Go on that date, apply to that job. Get on that plane and start somewhere new. crash and burn and do it all over again. It's our time. When we leave this field, we won't just be Ironmen anymore. When we walk out of that gate, we will become real people, members of society. Or a few of us will endure a few more years and become Bearcats, Panthers, or Rams. And in a few years, we'll walk across a different stage and listen to somebody else give a different speech. And it'll start all over again. And eventually, one day, we'll become someone's mom or dad and watch them do it too. Until then, bide your time, slow down, stop, and breathe. The sun is going to come up tomorrow. Take it all in. That's all I can ask of you. Just please take it all in. So now it would be my honor for my classmates to join me in standing, and please move your tassel from the right to the left. And as Mac Miller once said, "Oh yeah, I just graduated high school." 3, 2, 1.
All right, guys, before we end here, if we can all get back in our seat real fast, graduates. Graduates, if we could grab our seat real fast, please. All right, before we end tonight, I just want to take a moment to thank everyone who helped make this evening special. Jody Geyer, Lou Colorito, and Ebony Bowden, my amazing graduation committee. I would like to thank our amazing junior marshals. I'd like to thank John Strom, Brian McCuga, Beth and Sean McAllister, Gail Emery, Alyssa Brack, Jason Novak, and Amy Lyons for all of their work behind the scenes, the custodial staff for the setup and organization of the field, Lisa Runco for providing refreshments, Andy Vettel for all of his support and the printing of the programs, Kevin Koss for the sound, and Tony Besch, without whose guidance and support I would have never been able to stand here today. At this time, would the junior marshals please escort the faculty and administration to the 50-yard line to form a receiving line for the 2023 Still Valley graduates. This concludes our commencement ceremony. Please be safe and have a great night.